Hi everyone, I'm going to be doing a general reading for May the 16th, love. So I know it's a bit of a random date, to be honest, but it's just after the new moon in Taurus, so I thought that it's quite a significant date. For some reason I always feel like mid-May is when there's going to be a lot of changes, and I think with that new moon as well there can be some shifts. The new moon happens on the 15th of May. And so the 16th is really mid-May, and we're still in Taurus season. You have a new moon in Taurus as well. So yeah, I just feel like that date is very important. So I just want to do like a general love reading. So as I begin to start by shuffling this really large, I mean look at this, it's the size of my hand. As I begin to kind of shuffle, I just want to let you know that this is a general reading, so if you'd like to book a private reading, you can check out the description section of this video where there's a list of prices and services. If you're super confused, just shoot me an email, no problem whatsoever. Yeah, I just feel like there's just going to be so many shifts, and I feel like it's a date that I just really wanted to do a reading for. So I hope you don't find it a little strange, but yeah. I just intuitively felt like I really wanted to, or that I needed to, and it's taken a lot of time to get the cards out for some reason. Okay. Now that is way too many. So what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna actually put them back in. That was like a solid 10 cards. I'm gonna keep shuffling. I hate it when like half the deck just falls onto the... Okay, got some. Then we've got 4. Got the King of Swords. I love the artwork on these giant ones. Death. I knew it. I could feel it. I could feel it. I could feel it. I could feel it. I could totally just feel this energy. I really could. Now, I don't read reverse. However, this card really came out in reverse, and I took full notice of it. And so for the first, well, not the first time, but for this reading, I'm going to read it reverse, because that's just how it came out, and that is just how I feel about it. So, first card you have is the King of Swords, and I'm going to be clarifying this with the traditional tarot as well. So, yeah. We're going to do that after I talk about these cards. The first card you have is King of Swords. King of Swords is like your typical... It's that energy of like a businessman where he's very stern, very blunt, very yes is yes, no is no, that kind of energy. I feel like this person is just very kind of cutthroat, but stands in their power, has a lot of ego. The King of Swords in this particular card, to me, really represents someone who's very sudden, very fearless, feels like they're very invincible. It's a very stubborn energy, and it totally goes along with this whole energy of Taurus season. Tauruses are stubborn AF, and in all honesty, I do feel like this is symbolic of whoever it is that you may be dealing with. I do, however, feel like this person is going to move out of this stage very soon, because you have the Death card sitting right next to them. So with this particular Death card, it's Scorpio energy, so you may be dealing with a Scorpio, but I feel so much so that this Death card is about transition and progress. I feel like the full moon really does bring that transition, because it's almost like it's this very necessary kind of transition that needs to happen, and they may be resisting it, but the Death card brings it in, and it's inevitable. So then you had the 8 of Wands here in its upright. The 8 of Wands, I feel, really is just about energy and speed and communication. I feel like there's going to be a lot of communication between you and this other person, and it's going to be very fast. It is very quick, and there is a transformational element to this card, as I mentioned, with Death, and I feel like it's because of this person. This person may not have been really that communicative to begin with. Now, the 4 of Wands came out in its reverse. The 4 of Wands, when it's upright, is your typical twin flame soulmate card, which is 11-11. It's about foundations, and it's about comfort and just really rest and order and reinvestment, and it just says all of that kind of stuff. But right now I feel like that connection is sort of blocked, and that foundation is blocked, and until you get to the stage where this person is out of their ego and transitioning into a much better stage where they are communicating with you a lot more. Sorry, I just lost my voice. I'm just going to take a quick drink. I hope you guys don't mind. So, as I was saying, until they don't do this whole kind of process from here to here to here, this connection is still going to remain blocked. So let's see what clarifiers we have for the King of Swords, for what is going to happen in the future. So the two clarifiers that came out was the Queen of Swords. The Queen of Swords is all about, well, the Queen of Swords is the match. To me, this means that it's a match. In terms of clarifying this, and so this is clarifying for the future, it's about having clarity, it's about intuition, it's about honesty and wisdom, and I feel like this person is going to be transitioning to this energy of being more like a queen and less like a king, if that makes any sense, because yes, it's also a match. So in terms of connection, it is a match. However, I do feel like they're going to be less stuck in this stubborn energy. It's a very Taurus energy. And you know what came out? The Hierophant. The Hierophant is Taurus energy. So the fact that this card came out, and it is, we are in Taurus, and there's just been a new moon in Taurus, and you have the Hierophant, which is Taurus, it's very significant because this person is a little bit more empathetic. The Queen of Swords is more about clarity, and she's quite honest, and she has a lot of wisdom, whilst the King of Swords is just very, very egoistic. And the Hierophant is just a wonderful, wonderful card, because the Hierophant is about tradition, and it's about commitment and foundations, and it's just really, really beautiful, and I feel like that's where they're going to get to. So for Death, let's see what... And that one just flew straight out. So you have the Eight of Pentacles. Eight of Pentacles is about working really, really hard. Working hard, focusing well, and I think that's a really wonderful thing. I feel like this person is going to be focusing a lot. It could be on themselves, on their career, on their kind of emotional states as well. This person is really changing, and that is changing as in, you know, not changing their personality and their person, but changing in a very positive way. They're working very, very hard on themselves as well as other projects and things. So that's a really, really positive thing. So for the Eight of Wands, which was that communicational element, oh my gosh, this one like flipped right over. Lovers. There's a reason to that communication, and it's because of the fact that there's this very solid match, and you have the King and the Queen here as well in terms of the match as well. I feel like they are seeing things more from your perspective as well. I feel like the Queen of Swords could also embody your energy, so they're kind of thinking about that, but I do feel like they're going to get to a stage where they are much more understanding and much more in the energy of the kind of Queen of Wands, Queen of Swords. So here you also have Gemini energy, and the next sign that the Sun goes into, of course, is Gemini. So you go from Taurus to Gemini, and you go from the Hierophant to the Lovers, which is a very, very positive, it's very positive. So I was just literally shuffling for the Four of Wands, and I got the, well, the Six of Swords, which is a really sad card, and I always want to just look at it. I do feel like this connection has been blocked for a while. This connection is something that someone wanted to happen, and it just keeps getting blocked, and it's a little bit sad that it is that way, but I feel like this other person here is trying to work really, really hard and get themselves out of the situation. The problem here is that they're taking their burdens with them. So, you know, this is a bit of a work in progress for this person, but they are trying their very best. In the meantime, they're trying to offer as much communication as possible, and they're also realizing that you have a very strong connection, which is always a very, very positive thing. So the other card that I wanted to pull for that is the Five of Swords. Now, the Five of Swords is this very stubborn, defensive energy, which is just very, it's about disillusion, it's about deception, it's about ruining something, and I feel like they very, very heavily feel like they ruined what could have been with the Four of Wands, and they're trying their very best with this communicational factor. I'm going to pull another card for that though, because kind of, whoa. We actually got 2 for that. So the card that I got to clarify this kind of situation that we have going on here, the first one is the Knight of Wands, a very spontaneous energy that kind of comes rushing in. Fire, so it could be Aries, Leo, Sagittarius energy, but also comes in with communication, very spontaneous, very fun to start with. So they could be, they could be coming in with communication, but they could even be offering to see you, and it will be fun. And it will be in a very kind of fun energy. You also have the Ten of Cups, which is a completion, and of course you do have the Lovers as well, so there's huge potential here for something to manifest and progress. However, I do feel like it's going to be a little bit of a slow kind of situation, mainly because I feel like they have a lot to work on emotionally within themselves. I just want to pull some more cards, because I feel like we're not done with this. So yeah, I feel like this person's still holding on to this connection. There's a reason why this person has not kind of let go in a sense of this connection, because they feel that it's something that they just can't let go of. They know that this connection is very valuable, and it's something that they want. I feel like they actually almost cannot even commit, mainly because you've got this kind of King of Swords energy, and it hasn't really manifested, in my opinion, especially with these 5 of Swords and the 6 of Swords. It's almost like they couldn't commit, and there's this Knight of Wands as well energy, so it's almost like they couldn't commit. But with the Hierophant and the Lovers, I do feel like they're going to get to that stage where they're going to want to commit. And you also have the Wish card, and you also have Judgment. Judgment is all about really Judgment. It's about rebirth. And you also have the Death card as well, so it's all about rebirth and development and restoration. It's ruled by the sign of Pluto, which is all about transformation. You also have 9 of Cups, which is the Wish card, so you go from a 9 to a 10. It's almost like you wish for this to happen, and then it does happen. So it's very, very beautiful, especially with the Lovers as well. So that is the reading for May the 16th, where you've got this kind of new moon that has happened in the sign of Taurus, and we're in Taurus season, going into Gemini season. So I hope that you like this reading. If there are specific dates that you want me to read for, let me know in the comment section below. Don't forget to like this video and subscribe to my channel if you haven't already, as I'm new here, and I will see you all very soon. Bye!